Alara Thorne had always dreamed of lights brighter than the dim street lamps of her coastal hometown in Maine. At 24, with hair like spun copper cascading in wild waves and eyes the color of storm-tossed seas, she embodied a quiet fire, fierce yet fragile, like sea glass smoothed by relentless waves. Life had battered her early. Her father lost to the ocean in a fishing accident, her mother fading from a quiet illness that drained both savings and spirit. Alara fled to New York, chasing whispers of opportunity in the city's glittering underbelly. She landed a job at the Gilded Fox, an elite Manhattan restaurant where Wall Street wolves devoured foie gras and fortunes. It was meant to be a stepping stone, a way to send money home for her little sister's tuition. But on her first shift, she collided with the predator at its helm, Damian Blackwood, the CEO. Damian was a sculpture of ambition carved from obsidian, tall, impeccably tailored, with silver threading his temples like veins of ore in a mine he owned. At 52, he ruled the Gilded Fox not with recipes, but with an iron grip, extortionate deals masked as fine dining, where secrets were traded like after-dinner mints. His empire spanned hidden laundries of cash, backroom bribes to city officials, and a staff cowed into silence. Whispers among the line cooks called him, the Shadow, a man who devoured the weak to feed his shadow. Alara, in her crisp black uniform and starched apron, was just another morsel when she spilled a drop of Bordeaux on his linen napkin during the evening rush. The private dining room froze, crystal glasses suspended midair, as Damian's gaze locked on her. His guests, hedge fund titans with Rolexes glinting like shark teeth, leaned in, sensing blood. Clumsy, he drawled, voice smooth as aged whiskey laced with venom. In my house, mistakes have consequences. Pick it up. Alara bent, trembling fingers reaching for the stained cloth. But Damian's boot nudged it away, his smile a crescent moon of malice. No, darling, like a dog, crawl. Show these gentlemen what happens to those who forget their place. The room erupted in chuckles, low and predatory, phones slyly angling for the spectacle. Alara's cheeks burned hotter than the kitchen's flames. She thought of her sister, Lily, with her gap-toothed grin and dreams of college, of her mother, whispering, "Be brave, my wave rider," from a hospice bed. On hands and knees, the cool marble bit into her palms as she crawled across the expanse, the napkin clutched like a flag of surrender. Laughter swelled, a chorus of hyenas, and Damian's voice cut through, "Good girl. Now serve the table, and remember, leashes are for those who stray." She rose, spine straight as a mast, and fled to the alley behind the restaurant, retching into the shadows. That night, in her threadbare Brooklyn walk-up, Alara curled on the fire escape, tears carving rivers down her face. "Why me?" she sobbed to the indifferent stars. But as dawn crept in, rage bloomed, a tidal wave, unstoppable. She wouldn't drown. She'd flood them. The Gilded Fox's underbelly was rotten, and Alara had glimpsed it during orientation. Unlocked server rooms, careless passwords scrawled on post-its, whispers of Damian's private ledgers. Fueled by black coffee and fury, she slipped back at predawn, her uniform a ghost in the empty halls. The manager's laptop, left charging in the break room, yielded to a simple guess: his birthday, flaunted in every toast. Files unfolded like a venomous flower, embezzlement trails to offshore accounts, videos of coerced tips from vulnerable staff, emails plotting kickbacks with corrupt inspectors. One folder chilled her, grainy footage of other women, broken like her, crawling under duress. Alara's hands shook as she copied it all to a thumb drive, her heart a drumbeat of defiance. For Lily, for Mom, for every girl they chained. She emailed anonymous tips to the Manhattan DA's office, the New York Times, and a whistleblower hotline, CCing the restaurant's board with a single line: "Your fox is rabid. Time to put it down." By noon, the Gilded Fox thrummed with oblivious opulence, brunch reservations from the elite, silverware clinking like chains. Alara clocked in, her smile a blade sheathed in silk. Damian summoned her to his corner office overlooking Central Park, the city sprawling like a conquered kingdom below. Yesterday was a lesson, he purred, swirling cognac in a snifter. Today, you're fired. Or, stay, and learn obedience. She met his eyes, sea storm steady. Lessons end, Mr. Blackwood, and yours is just beginning. With a flick, she connected her phone to his wall screen, the presentation meant for a board meeting that afternoon. Files bloomed, ledgers bleeding red with fraud, videos playing in silent horror. Crawling women, his own face leering. Gasps echoed from the doorway as board members filed in early, their faces draining of color. You little, Damien lunged, but Alara sidestepped, voice steady as granite. Touch me, and it's assault on live feed. I sent everything. Cops are en route, reporters circling like vultures. Your empire, it's ash. Sirens wailed in the distance, growing. The board scattered, phones ablaze with damage control. Damien crumpled into his chair, the shadow man exposed as a hollow husk. How? He rasped, but Alara only smiled, a sunrise after storm. Because dogs don't forget the whip. And wolves. We hunt in packs. By evening, the Gilded Fox was a crime scene tape-wrapped tomb. Headlines screamed, Manhattan mogul's den of deceit exposed by ex-waitress. Damien Blackwood faced indictments. Fraud, coercion, extortion, his web unraveling thread by thread. Investors fled, partners turned state's evidence, the restaurant shuttered under investigation. Alara vanished into the fray, not as victim, but victor. She returned to Maine, the thumb drive her talisman, and poured her severance, plus a whistleblower bounty, into a seaside cafe, Thorn's Tide, a haven of warm chowder and open arms, where staff shared profits and stories, no leashes in sight. Lily thrived in college, studying marine biology to honor their father. Their mother, in remission, watched sunsets from a porch swing, whispering, "You rose, my girl," like the sea itself. Months later, as autumn painted the coast gold, a stranger wandered into Thorn's Tide. Jasper Reed, a quiet investigative journalist with kind hazel eyes and a notebook scarred by truths unearthed. He'd chased Alara's story from New York, drawn not by scandal, but by the light in her wake. "You didn't just destroy them," he said over steaming mugs, rain pattering the windows. "You rebuilt us, showed that one spark can torch a forest." She laughed, soft as waves on shore, and for the first time, vulnerability felt like strength. Their love unfolded gently, walks along the cliffs, where he traced the scars of her crawl with fingers like anchors, shared silences mending old fractures. They married under a harvest moon, Lily as maid of honor, her mother beaming from a wheelchair adorned with wildflowers. In their cottage, with salt air as lullaby, Alara bore a son, named Caspian, for the seas that shaped her. "Remember, little wave," she'd murmur, cradling him, "no one chains the tide. We rise, we crash, we renew." Jasper's book on her tale became a bestseller, but Alara shunned spotlights, content in the rhythm of her world, where broken things became beautiful, and the crawl became legend. Alara Thorne's story whispered through the winds, a testament that humiliation is but fuel for revolution, that the meek inherit not earth, but justice. In the end, she didn't just destroy them, she illuminated the dark, proving that from the dust of a dog's crawl rises a queen's throne. And in every heart it touched, a quiet roar echoed, "Rise, rebuild, roar on." Thank you for watching this story till the end. Sparkles, if it touched your heart, please support us. Thumbs up, give it a like. Speech balloon, share your thoughts in the comments. Bell, subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications. Your support helps us create more stories that inspire and make you believe in miracles. Your participation means a lot to us.